how to remove glare from an image. In today's video, we're going to be using PhotoScape X and looking at what we're able to do to remove glare. And we're also going to be looking at an article from a website called mcpactions.com, 10 tips for photographers for how to photograph people with glare and wearing glasses, all of that. So let's jump right into this video. So in PhotoScape X, you have some different tools and things like that, but just to talk about glare for a second, glare is coming because there's a light source or multiple light sources that are going to obstruct what the glass looks like. So like in this photo of my dad, and I actually have 4 photos of my dad. I went back through my Google Photos to see some different photos, and it's like, wow, in so many images, my dad's glasses end up making the image, where there is a glare, it does somewhat take away from the image, or just something where it seems like it is a constant problem where if I have glasses and I get my picture taken or different things, I could end up looking, something where you can't even see my eyes. I'm all kind of, it almost takes you out of the image a little bit. It's tough where like for my mom, she almost always looks the same. She doesn't wear glasses. There's nothing to obstruct her face. There you go. So let's see what other images I have here. So I have this one of my parents on the farm. I have this one on our trip in Branson. We were at I think a national park where we were just going around. This was really nice because there wasn't any glare, and I'll explain why later. And then we have this one. Here are my parents, and there's some real tough glare on there. This is back when, years and years ago, when this is probably like 20 years ago, this photo was. But yeah. And then we have this one, an image that my brother took a few years ago for my parents' anniversary. They've been married for like 25 plus years now. It's really cool. Such an inspiration, my parents are. So with that being noted, let's see what we could do with some of this glare. This is probably the toughest image to work with, but we zoom in here and we see that it's a lot brighter up here in the image. And it's because it is a sunset behind us. It's the sun is setting. There's a lot of light coming in from that area. If you look on the glasses, and me knowing the area, you're seeing the ground here, and then you're seeing the sky up where that glare is starting. So one thing to think about is if I would have turned the subjects, my parents, a little bit or something like that, it could have helped to minimize that blur. Nonetheless, if you feel like that blur needs to be taken out, what are some tools in here? Now, I've looked through some different adjust tools and things like that, and there are some things that might be a little bit helpful here. Some of the stuff you could look at, let's see. I looked at the color fill tool, and maybe we'll show a little bit of that as well. But one thing that I think was probably the one that I had the highest thought on is this dehaze button. And I thought, okay, let's say if I were to mask this dehaze button, and if it were to be a haze, maybe that helps. And after this, we're going to jump over to the color tab because I think that's where you can get the best kind of removal possible. But you have this where you can look at what it was before to what is there. And you know what? If you look at the comparison, it's actually not too bad. Now, you have to understand there's a little bit of a coloration difference. There's a little bit of, some different things going on here. But is it better than what it was originally? You know that it's not going to be perfect because, if it was perfect, the glare wouldn't be there in the first place. But this one, you select what you want removed and you get that taken out. What I dislike about this is because it's giving more of an interesting like yellow coloration here on the corner. Not on his eye, but on the skin there. I feel like that coloration is something where I'm like, I wish there was a way to maybe remove that a little bit. You can adjust the amount of change in haze, but then you end up just getting your image just so much darker. You could go with light and shadows, but that's just bringing back the haze. If we go to more, we have the tolerance level. Okay. And I'm not really seeing a huge shift when I'm moving this tolerance slider around. So perhaps that tolerance slider isn't going to be helping all too much. Did I just take away my, whoopsie guys. I accidentally hit minus on my mask. So I just erased the mask there. So we'll just redo the mask there for a second. Okay, so we got that. That actually dehazes really nicely, all things considered. And yeah, you'll just have to move that slider around. Let me remove that tolerance. Move that slider around so you can adjust to see how aggressively you want to remove that blur. But it actually worked out okay. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad there. The other thing that you could do is go over to the color tab, and in the color tab what you would do is a similar thing. You just would have a little bit more control over what you're doing, because you would mask and select your part of the image. If you select too much, there's always a subtract feature where you can go back and subtract it. But then you would say, okay, I want to, in this case, I want to darken it because that's a pretty bright glare on his glasses. So you go to deepen, or you can go to darken. I think in this case, darken kind of helps you out a bit. Yeah, there you go. So you can achieve a similar effect as well. It's just look at those two different tools, two different ways of maybe minimizing that glare and stuff like that. Now, one thought is that let's say in an image you had just like a speck of a glare, like you had one like really bright, really direct shining light on there. At those moments, I'd encourage you guys to hop over to like the tools tab and go to spot healing or your clone stamp and try to remove it out that way, or even remove stain or remove mole. That could also remove it as well. But I would really encourage you to try the spot healing, especially if it's not over the eye, because I think that can really help. So I think that's how I would address that image there, you know, just masking it and then darkening it to an extent. So I think that's really helpful there. Next, what you can do is like an image like this. This is one where I think people need to really think about what they're doing with their images, because what's happening here is there's no glare on the image at all. Now, it could still be noted that, oh wow, his eyes aren't as bright as they could be. And you know, maybe there's not a lot of light getting on them or something. You could still select them and you could still brighten them up to an extent. And maybe that can help bring his eyes back into the image a bit more. I don't know, however you do it. Now, of course, I have to note that I have 9 siblings. My parents have been on this road trip now for a few days. They're probably tired out and everything, so you have bags under their eyes. It's because we're probably driving them all crazy. But we had a great time on the trip. And the reason why there's not glare on this image is because it is a cloudy, completely overcast day, cloudy day out there. So there's no huge light sources to cast that glare. Now, if you thought about having like your camera and you had a flash on there, that would be rough because you'd be getting that strong light source, oftentimes hitting those glasses and causing that glare from your light source. In this case, light source is just the sun, and the sun's being, you know, softboxed by all the clouds. So sometimes you don't end up with any problems, which is nice. You don't have to make any changes or anything. Next image, we have this one. This is one that my brother took, and it looks great. The problem is, yeah, there's still a bunch of glare, a bunch of stuff on the lenses. It doesn't look, you know, like there's nothing there. And that's the goal. The goal is so the glasses are on, so he looks like my dad, but the glare isn't there, so it looks as, you know, realistic as possible. And as clean as possible as well. Let's try that dehaze. I haven't actually tried that on this image yet. So if I go to mask and I go over here to dehaze, it's almost like degloss, because it's almost like there's too much gloss on the image. So yeah, that just darkens it up way too much. You'd have to change that amount. It's tough because it's just... Oh, that's just the hardness of the brush, so that doesn't really help me at all. So, I don't know. It's just tough because you're not really taking that glare away. It's just tough because you can't really get that good, clean texture in there. So, that doesn't really work super well. You can go back to that color tab, do the darkening trick again. You know, you can see if that helps at all. One thing that also could be helpful, if you're wanting to do kind of a a special look or design on here, you can go to the color fill tool in the adjustments tab, and then you can just go and mask just the glasses. And this will work really good if you are doing like a real stylistic image, or like you're wearing sunglasses, or you're wanting to do something fun. This is definitely not like, oh look, here's a sweet photo of my dad and my mom just, you know, hanging out. I don't know if, I forget if they were celebrating their anniversary or something, but something like that, where, you know, this is a serious photo. This is definitely one where you're like, oh man, I hope this image turns out really nicely. And it did, but it would be nice if there wasn't that glare on the glasses. But yeah, you can get to those glasses, and then you could select like a skin color, or just something on his face there, and adjust the amounts to see if you can maybe cut down on some of the glare, or make that coloration where you want it to be. It's just a tough image to try to mess around with because it is glass. It does have a look to it and everything like that. But if you want to stylize it, like if you were like at a concert or something, you could adjust and change the color of the glasses to whatever you want. So you could give a much brighter color, you could give a certain color tint to it, everything like that. And you can go to the color wheel as well and kind of just mess around with it as well. So I think it's neat to be able to mess around with stuff like that, because maybe there's a way you could save the image or give the image a special look or feel that you might think makes it look even better. So I thought that was kind of cool. Wanted to share that with you guys. But that's the color fill tool. Now we're going to look at this last image here, and I think it's really neat. This is an image of my parents probably about 20 years ago. Maybe not 30, maybe 25, 26, 27 years ago. It's a while back. It's definitely a while back. But what you can do here, you can see his glasses are just really bright, and it's because the image is also overexposed to an extent because the background is totally blown out. So you look back here, you go to color, we can go to mask, and actually maybe dehaze might help a lot. Yeah, we'll show mask again. So basically you can go in here and select this part that's just super bright, super over exposed, and you could darken that up. You can darken it up. You can mess with different things if you want to as well. Like we could turn down maybe the saturation, which would give you more of a gray look to it. Yeah, maybe turn down the contrast even. No, not the contrast. Contrast changes too much of the image. But yeah, you can mess around with it and just make it something where it doesn't stand out too much in the image, because that almost becomes like pure white. Like it's a really bright color. Actually, if we were to so yeah, that's what I would encourage you to do. If we actually hit cancel and we go and check what the actual color is on here, and go over here to tools, go to color picker, we can select in here, and actually it might be easier if we're in a different tab, but I can hit space bar. Let's see, press space bar to select the color. Yeah, let me select it. Yeah, sometimes color picker can be kind of weird. If we go to color and we go to let's see, we go to not more, mask basically. No, sorry guys, it's kind of an interesting thing. We go over here to color fill, and we go just turn that off to 0. Go to that color picker. We can select like the picture of his eye. We can go and see what that color looks like on the color wheel. So it's pretty close to white, and it's not all the way up to like the brightest it could be, but it's still a pretty bright part of the image. So definitely an interesting image, but if you can tone down some of those glares, it can really be helpful for you guys. But yeah, those were those 4 images there. Now to show you guys the article. So you have 10 tips for photographing people with glasses and avoiding glare. Let's see. Number 1 over here, you have look for the light, and it's talking about how you need to see how the light is catching the glasses, things like that. And it can be just helpful if you have that in your mind when you're photographing people with glasses. Second one is, photojournalists or journalistic or storytelling, you know, you don't have to have them always looking straight at the camera. You can have them looking off to the side. You can have them doing different stuff, which can really cut down on the glare as well and still show a lot more of that personality. You could also remember to tilt your head. If you tilt your head down or maybe up or in a certain direction, you may be able to catch the light differently, and you could remove that glare. So like in this image here, she has her head tilted maybe down or something, but you still get that glare up at the top a bit. You know, depending on how you tilt your head, you could remove more of that glare. Here's that second image where it shows where it's not there. She's tilting it more. It's pretty drastic, but it does remove that glare. So if that's your goal, there you go. Next, you can shade your glasses by having a hat or something on to help remove that glare. I think that's really a neat idea to have that. And then you could remove the glasses, and you know, I don't think that's good unless they actually are like, yeah, I remove my glasses all the time. You know, it just changes the look of the person, and if they always wear glasses everywhere, it could look a little off just because it's a major part of your style, of your look. But you could do that. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, you can also remove the lenses of your glasses as well. If you have glasses that don't have lenses, that could be an interesting thing, but I don't think most people remove their glasses, the lenses in your glasses very much either. But if you do, that's kind of neat. Angle your glasses so you put them up higher on your head. That can be super helpful as well. And then let's see, remember to take your time. It's going to take a bit more time to take photos of people with glasses. And then, yes, you could take them off. Sunglasses could be a bit easier, but yeah, you're going to probably hide your eyes a whole lot more by wearing sunglasses, but maybe that's the look and feel that you're wanting. If you took photos with those sunglasses, you can use that color fill tool to add whatever color you want into those lenses. And then you could just simply embrace the glare. Like in this image, you know, it's a smiling, hugging picture, and the glare is pretty drastic across there. It would be very hard to remove all of that glare, but you could try. Wow. The sun is just bright or dark or bright or dark. You know, it's kind of tough. All right, but one other thing that I would note in here, those were those 10 tips there. And the link is down below if you want to read all of the commentary there. One thing you could do in here, check this out, guys. So let's look in here. This could be a little bit drastic, okay? So let's say you had one eye that's good, and then you have the other eye that has too much glare. What you could do in here, which is kind of a crazy way of doing it, you could go in here, go to clone stamp, go to clone stamp here, hop over here. I'm going to click right on the center pupil and right on the center pupil of this eye. Yeah, the shading just is so drastic. Yeah, the shading is just so drastic. I was thinking maybe I could just like switch over the eyes. Yeah, you can definitely see how much of a change it is. So never mind, it was just a thought. If you had something where both sides were so similar, you could swap it over and keep your eyes in there. In this case, you know, the shades that happen between like the sunset or different things are just so dramatic. Didn't work out, but always something to think about. Think about those different tools. If I left a tool out that you think would be useful or helpful, definitely let me know. But I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.